Hey everybody, this is William from the Godzilla Files coming at you today with a special countdown video. So today I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite kaiju battles. The reason why I'm doing this today is because a couple of weeks back Leslie Chambers actually put out a challenge to other Godzilla YouTubers to talk about their favorite battles. And I thought this would be a fun topic. And I'm really excited just to, in general, talk about what I find to be some of the more enjoyable kaiju battles in the genre. So sit back and enjoy. Number 10 is the Arctic battle in Godzilla, King of the Monsters. So right off the bat, let me just say, this battle is stunning. Visually, there is nothing that compares to this battle on the list. But the thing that it does so well is that it makes you want more. Throughout this whole entire fight, you kind of see what each kaiju can do. And they never turn away. It's always about showing how impressive or how dangerous Ghidorah is, and just, maybe Godzilla won't be able to beat him this time. But it makes you want more. And to me, that's what's so great about it. Throughout the whole entire fight, you don't want it to end. But then when it does, you're excited to see them go at each other one more time. So this really does build the hype for the next battle. Number 9, MechaGodzilla's first encounter with Godzilla. So we have seen in the past couple of Heisei films super weapons that were supposed to defeat Godzilla. To me, they never really worked out that great. This battle completely changes that. MechaGodzilla comes down and pretty much wipes the floor with Godzilla. It's not even close for the most part. This is the first time, and probably the first Heisei film, where you really believe that Godzilla doesn't stand a chance. MechaGodzilla is pretty much doing whatever he wants to him. He's pretty close to defeating him. If it wasn't for some random power that Godzilla may or may not have had, he probably would have won. So this really helps build MechaGodzilla as a credible threat to Godzilla in this film. So this is particularly why I like this battle for the most part. It's short, simple, but gets the job done. Number 8, the battle for the giant egg. So Mothra vs. Godzilla is one of my favorite films of all time, and this battle is actually pretty impressive. There are many moments that really stick out to me, such as Godzilla being dragged by the tail as Mothra kind of pulls him away from the egg, or even just Mothra in general flying at Godzilla. Godzilla and Mothra shouldn't really work on paper, like it doesn't seem like that great of a battle, but visually it's actually pretty cool to watch. Yes, Mothra does not stand a chance, but that's not the point of the battle. She's just trying to save her egg and get Godzilla away from it, and she succeeds in that. But to me, it's very unique in the Showa period. They really were experimenting on what a kaiju battle could be, and this is definitely a great example of how to do a flying kaiju against one that's on the ground. Number 7 is King Kong vs. Godzilla, round 2. So to me, this battle is everything that I was hoping for when I was younger. I love the melee action. I think each kaiju has a chance to shine, which I think is important. And I love the fact how they kind of went back and forth with each other. Yes, there's some funny moments, there's some dumb moments, but overall, it's really enjoyable. You get a great mix of action here. If you want to see King Kong beating up Godzilla, you get that. If you want to see Godzilla using his atomic breath at King Kong, you had that as well. So there is a lot to like here, and whatever your preference is when it comes to battles, you're going to find it here. Number 6, the final battle in Terror of MechaGodzilla. So this could be one of the toughest battles Godzilla has ever had to deal with. He has to take on two powerful kaijus, which one of them almost killed him in the last movie. So right off the bat, it's not looking good for Godzilla. But the one thing that I would like to talk about is the fact that the humans play a big part in the final battle. They take Titanosaurus out of the equation pretty quickly, and to me that is pretty rare in most Godzilla films. Usually it's Godzilla and maybe another kaiju dealing with an evil kaiju, but this is really great, and I do really enjoy seeing the humans actually play a part in this. As far as the kaiju action goes, this is great. Titanosaurus is more of a melee kaiju, so you do get that piece, and just like last time, MechaGodzilla is full of weapons and can easily blast Godzilla away. And when you add all that up together, it makes for one great fight. Number 5, Battle on Planet X. To me, this is one of the more unique battles in the Godzilla series. Part of that is because he's actually battling in space. He never did that up until this point, and I don't think he really did it for the rest of the series. So already the setting makes for an interesting battle. Also, while Invasion of the Astro Monster is my favorite Ghidorah film, there isn't too much action. So yes, the final battle is still good, but to me this is the battle that you always think about when it comes to this film. Godzilla actually decides to use his atomic breath on Ghidorah, which he just walks right on through it. Like, it is a really cool scene. Also, seeing Rodan fly and throwing rocks or dropping rocks, it's a great fight. And yes, it is very similar to the film before it, but to me, I think just the change of location and just the effects in general make it a much better fight. Number 4, the tag team battle in Godzilla vs. Gigan. So Gigan's one of my favorite show-up villains ever, and the fact that he tag teams with Ghidorah to take on Godzilla and Anguirus is great. The battle is a lot of fun. Yes, it takes a while to get there, but when you finally do, it's non-stop. Godzilla is fighting both Ghidorah and Gigan. Anguirus is trying to do whatever he can. It's a really great fight. Yes, there are some stock footage in this fight, but again, still love this battle to this day. I think the shots that are there, the new shots that they have are great. Gigan really proves to be a threat when he completely cuts open Godzilla and kind of is bashing his face in. Like, it's a tough and brutal fight, but again, it's still enjoyable, and I love the tag team action, and I think this pairing works really good. Number 3, the Return of Biollante. This is my favorite Heisei battle, believe it or not. I love what they were able to do with this prop. Biollante, design-wise, is stunning. She looks terrifying in every kind of way, and the fact that she almost eats Godzilla and is just a monster of a kaiju is truly stunning. It's more amazing when you kind of see behind the scenes where you have a crew of men moving her around through wires and some people in suits. It's just so amazing that they were able to pull it off, and I think that's what I love so much about this battle. Yes, you kind of already assume that Godzilla is going to beat her, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because what you're watching is so visually stunning, and you can't believe they were able to pull something like this off back in like '89. So to me, a lot of the technical standpoints of this battle is what really separates it from future Heisei films. Number 2, King Kong versus T-Rex. This is the battle that I think really sticks with a lot of people. When you think of giant monsters fighting, this is one of those battles that always comes up. And for good reason. It's amazing. The fact that they were able to do something like this back in 1933 is pretty crazy. This movie was so important to special effects. I will never forget this scene. It blew me away. The T-Rex coming out of the trees and King Kong fighting him. You just never saw anything like this before. And honestly, it hasn't been beaten, in my opinion, by any other Kong film. There is just something about this that feels so real and just so vicious that I just don't know if you're going to capture it ever again on film. But it is definitely one of the best kaiju battles in all of cinema. And number 1, the final battle at Mount Fuji. Say what you will about Destroy All Monsters, this final battle makes up for the whole entire film. It is probably the most ambitious battle that Toho has ever put together. There are so many kaijus here, and they somehow figured out a way to make them all seem cool and have their own special moment. Even Ghidorah, who's completely outnumbered, puts up an actual fight. The numbers game, yes, does get to him after a certain point, but he still looks like a viable threat in the beginning. Even smaller kaiju like Gorosaurus, which people probably didn't even know at the time, has a cool moment. Minya gets a final shot on Ghidorah. Everyone has their time and place, and I think that's great. I think they don't go quickly into killing Ghidorah. Ghidorah does put up a fight, which I do actually appreciate, but at the end of the day, this is a fight that a lot of people would like to see again with today's technology, because I do think they could make something really cool. Alright everybody, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about these battles? Do you have some that are your favorites? Let me know. I'm always interested to hear what you guys think, and I'll see you all later.